Latter-day Saint community. So, I mean, young ladies, they may have sex, and I know they're going to have guilt after. They're going to go talk to their minister, bishop, priest, whatever you want to call it. And he's going to say, it's enough. He's going to say, well, was it consensual?
That was now former police chief of Utah State University speaking to the football team there about how to avoid getting caught up with sexual assault and rape charges now that they're the big men on campus. His name is Earl Morris. And as these tapes have surfaced, that is the reason now he's decided to go ahead and step down in disgrace. Now, if we think about this, this is the way these things tend to happen. This is one of those smoke-filled rooms that a lot of times we don't think exist, where the entire plan, the agenda is put right in front. Now, people in this room were probably some football coaches, as we could hear the football team, this police chief, and maybe another police personnel discussing exactly how to skirt the responsibilities of having to actually deal with consent when it comes to having sex. Because you know, these Latter-day Saints women, you never know what they're going to do. They will have sex with you, but then later they're going to feel guilty about it and then go talk to their bishop or their minister or their priest or whoever it is, as the chuckles in the room went through. What is the laughter about? Laughter is, hey, you know how these women are. And all the onus is put on women to make sure that whatever interaction is had with these folks, that it's actually done in the right way, or it's actually done with consent, or it's done safely, or it's done without there being regret at the end of it all. Why would there be regret? How about that? Why is there regret? Why would women be regretting having sex with these guys, but the guys not regret having sex with the women? Maybe it's part of the LDS thing that he's talking about. There's shame put on a woman wanting to enjoy sex. There's shame put on a woman wanting to get near a football player because he's a popular guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's in shape. There's attractive levels that happen with these things. But if they want to get involved, there's shame on it. Why isn't there shame for the football guys? But we don't discuss those parts because that's a natural way that we approach all these types of interactions, all these types of relationships in our society. Is, man, those women, you know how shady they are. First thing they're going to do right after they have sex with you is regret it. Now, Utah State University did have some statements about this situation with Earl Morris, now the former police chief there. They did say that the police chief's comments in the recording are not consistent with the university's values or the trainings provided on sexual misconduct at Utah State, nor do they reflect USU's efforts to prevent sexual misconduct and reduce barriers to reporting. Students and employees should feel confident that when they report sexual misconduct, that the university will respond without bias. That's a great thing to say, and maybe it's the reason why this guy left. But there's a problem with that, because in a blistering report in 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice detailed a pattern of mistreatment of victims at this same school. Federal investigators found that the Utah State repeatedly mishandled cases of sexual assault on campus and failed to act when it knew about the misconduct, which meant that it was leaving additional students vulnerable. So that report from the Department of Justice about what was going on at Utah State seems to match up with the kind of advice this now former police chief was giving the football team, because what they did find out was that they focused primarily on the football team and fraternities, which we see a lot of these cases happen. And once they do happen, we never really imagined the cover-up would go just this far. Teach your boys before they're 18 to 20 years old about assault. Teach them that it happens to certain people and in what situations it happens in. Teach them how not to become the type of person who can laugh when someone says, hey, you know what? After you have sex with a woman, you know what she might do? She might go and talk to a priest or someone else and then tell on you. I can't believe these dirty, stinking women would do such a thing. This is what's taught. And if you think it doesn't stick, think about the number of assault cases we hear about and see every day, and then multiply that by 1,000, because that's how many more of those are happening. And then after even some of these folks then do report their case, which is extraordinarily hard to do, then it gets thrown in a pile. Rape kits aren't analyzed, stories aren't believed, things are not investigated. But you know what does happen, as they pointed out here in this audio? Come call us. We'll take care of it. Hey, if you're wondering about whether or not any of this makes any sense, just call us. We'll take care of it. What an easy way to get out of such a serious situation. But if you know the severity of the situation, you might not get yourselves caught up in that situation. You might not feel that you have to have some kind of level of protection for people who really don't care about protecting you. They openly said it to them. I'm gonna let you know one more time. They openly said it to them. We want you to play good football. We want you to play good football. everything else that's surrounding your life, or what can affect your life going forward, or more importantly, someone else's life going forward, we got you.